you all, and welcome to another episode of Wear Many Hats, the podcast totally dedicated to the FM industry. Today, we've got a fantastic guest with us today, another female, which I'm pleased about. We've got Eleonora Trikalioti. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Lovely, strong Greek name. Thank you so much for coming on show today, boys.
Thank you as well for inviting me. Very humbled by it.
Thank you. I'm really pleased you're here, and we're going to get to hear your background. And my goodness, there's so much in there.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Did you come from far today?
Not really, no. It was about 20 minutes because our main office is at Bayswater. So,
brilliant.
yes, I really enjoyed the ride. And I love this neighborhood as well.
It's sunny as well.
Yes.
We're just on the edge of autumn coming in, I think. But I think we're going to have a few more days of sunshine, I think. Let's hope anyway. So we're going to kick off because there's a lot in there and I really want to get through it all. So yeah, let's rewind a bit. Where did it all start for you?
So, yes, that's, when I look back years ago, I started actually with a conversation with my father.
Okay.
I was about 11 years old and he came to me. He said, Eleonora, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Mm-hmm.
And I immediately said with no hesitation, I want to be a CEO. And yes, and he looked at me. And even at that age, I had kind of like a clear vision of, wanting to actually lead and make a meaningful impact. So he was quite impressed. And then he kind of encouraged me on my next step together with my mom. They were great parents. So.
Oh, I love that. They're going to hear this, right? So, yeah.
And kind of like start flowing. And then, they gave me advice and I've listened because they told me more to listen than to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of like became a journey for me. Because my father said something very important to me. He said, if you're ever going to lead people, you have to learn to respect and you have to be kind.
Yes.
And he always said kindness is the highest form of intelligence and you have to move on with perseverance. And when it's hard, you can't give up.
Yeah.
But you have to start from the lower bottom to go to work yourself up.
Yeah.
And you have to work really hard. Always put hard work in there. So I've got that ethic from my parents. And that's what always kept, with me, always been with me throughout this long journey.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
So
I think they can have a big impact on us, can't they? Parents. I definitely know my dad and my mum were the same.
There you go.
So where did you first start? I mean, what was your first job? I mean, I've looked and I'm just amazed at where you've been in the world and what you've done.
Thank you. So I've decided actually to move to Vienna when I was a child. So I've did the German school there.
Wow.
And then I've got a scholarship into the University of Vienna. But I remember when, packing my luggage when I was a child, my mother was, literally crying because he wouldn't let go. And my father said, no, she needs to go. It's your journey. You need to take life in hand. So it was quite difficult for my mom to let go. But then I had to find my own path and my own way because my dad wanted me to be a strong woman, independent, be able to be the leader that I always wanted to be. And I landed in Vienna. Then I had trying to find friends. I had some contacts there. So it became all very quick.
Yeah.
Then I found myself being, 18, 19, being in Vienna with a scholarship on my head. I start working and start university. And then at some point I saw something about, because you asked me about the project captain.
Yes.
Before.
Oh, I know.
So I found an opportunity to actually be part of the military in America.
Crazy.
And I went to America for about 4 years, where the military taught me how to become disciplined and work as a team above all. And I spent there my 4 years and then went back to Vienna, started working in hotels, finishing my university degree. And then again, after that, I decided to go and work on ships.
I saw this.
Work for a Disney Cruise Line.
I saw this.
So I've traveled the world. I've traveled in 175 countries. I was very lucky to have worked with so many different nationalities, about 35 on the same environment.
Yes, of course.
And it was quite amazing because you've learned so much about people's cultures and you learn so much about people in general. And I was quite excited about that.
Yeah.
I became a very humble person working on ships because I could see the other parts of the world where people actually have nothing. And I've actually acknowledged how lucky I am of the things that I have. And that made me more of a human being.
Yeah. Humble.
Very humble. And I was very grateful. Then I decided to go back on land. And 9 years ago, I came in the UK where my career expanded the first 2 years working for Thomas Cook.
Yeah.
Then landed at, St. George Property and in other companies as well. And here I am today.
Yes. I didn't even say
quite a journey.
You're project operations manager at Arkle Property Services.
Yes. So I'm now there with the team. I'm surrounded by, first of all, an amazing owner, Mr. Matthew Robertson.
Okay.
He's one of the greatest businessmen I've ever met. He's quite an inspiration to me.
Yeah.
He's so positive about everything, regardless of the challenges. And I'm in partnership with the head of operations and compliance, which is Mr. Alex Marinov. And he's quite significant importance in the company because together we're able to run the operations of the company. And he's amazing as well. He's so patient and so calm in any situation or any projects we're doing, with our clients and very high-end customers that we're working with. So I'm very lucky to be surrounded by two incredible, people who actually support women dynamics.
Yes.
And I love that about
We
them.
like that.
So
we like that we're doing something.
Yes.
That's beautiful. So you're did you know this was the path that you were going to go down? No, obviously you're nowhere near finished in your career yet, are you? Got a long way to go.
It's just, not exactly, if I'm being honest. I was very, I didn't have a straight line mapped out in my career. I was always very curious and always eager to learn. And that kind of was what I intentionally took on, very diverse roles across all departments in order for me to understand how a business model works and how a business is all about. And I knew that if I wanted to lead a company one day or be part of it, that I needed to understand it from inside out.
Yes.
So I wanted to know more. That curiosity mapped out completely my journey today.
And you mentioned about a couple of people that have obviously given you a push in your career, obviously your father and your mother, obviously first and foremost, but you just mentioned those two gentlemen. Is there anybody else that gave you that real push in your career other than yourself?
Yes. My working for St. George's, I had about 3 or 4 mentors there where they were the most amazing people I've ever met. One was told me how to communicate with people. And the other two, how to handle projects. And the other one is how to understand commercial legalities. And with these people, I'll be honest with you, they did push me, but for a good reason. And I think today they would be really proud because of their guidance and the fact that they supported women and they supported me throughout my journey. I'm most grateful, first of all. And I've learned a lot from people who actually made early mistakes themselves.
Yes.
And when these people give you the guidance, what they do is actually not for you to make that mistake. And if you do, what do you do about it? How do you go about it? So making mistakes is actually a good thing because it gives you experience. That's what they told me. So it's like always, they've told me, Eleonora, what's the lesson learned here? What's the lesson learned? What do we learn from this? How do we move on? So they told me so many beautiful things that I've taken on board. And especially the one, his name was Dave. And he always said to me that, and I've taken that away with me, that in general, then 90% of the result of your work is all about communication.
Yeah, 100%.
And he said, once you improve your communication skills and it's on that level, you will be able to lead people and communicate with everyone. And he was the one who I think he would be really proud today, because he gave me that aspect, which I haven't thought about it before. When people are giving you criticism, critique is good.
Yes, it is.
It is really good on how to improve and move forward. And sometimes, we are humans, we're emotional beings.
We are.
And sometimes we take criticism as a bad thing, but it's not.
It isn't, yeah.
It's not. It's actually a good thing. Critique is a good thing. And now I became the person who actually say to my team, everything is about communication, and accept critique, accept criticism, because it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just people, what I found out is sometimes can be closed out and defensive in a way of it's because of how we communicate with them.
Yeah.
So if I know how to communicate and give, very positive criticism, people accept it and they take it. And then
there's ways of delivering.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that. I can remember I'm not even going to mention it, but like when you're younger and you're just starting out in your career, and it's one of my bosses, and I think I was always out to impress and please, and and she said something that I'd done, and I felt so embarrassed, but I've never done it since. Be too familiar with people too soon, or I think, and I think something to do with that, and I was just so mortified that, but looking back at that, I learned something, and I think as I've got more mature, I think I don't take it so, I take it as a positive, exactly, because it's going to help you in your career, isn't it? And help you in your role, whatever you're doing, and help you in life, really, because all these are tips and advice can help you in any walks of life.
Exactly.
So that obviously, and let Dave know that you've passed on this. He's been a good source in your career,
Yes, he has. Him and a few others, and I always remember them. It's people that you will never forget, because you kind of bond, because you're on this journey together, and these people you just always remember them in a good way. That's what I do, and I have my parents, I have other people who I'm very lucky to be surrounded by these people. And sometimes life is also important, I've learned to take things, look into things with positivity and not being, oh, that's negative. I don't embrace negativity. I think positive criticism is good.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So let's talk about Arkle. What does a day in your world actually look like these days?
Oh, wow. That is, it's a fast-paced environment, constantly moving forward. Sometimes I could describe it as a feeling like a scene from a cartoon, like Speedy Gonzales. And it feels like everything is happening at once, with the phone being off the hook, text messages, emails, projects running to one development to another, or to a very high-end property to another high-end property.
Yeah.
So a lot of things going on, and each day brings kind of new challenges. And that takes me very engaged and focused and always on my toes.
and wearing many hats. We always have to bring that in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially because our company, Arkle, is dealing with very high-end customers, and customers that they actually value time and money.
Yes.
And for them, quick decisions are very important too. And they appreciate the excellence of customer service as well, and the customer experience behind it.
Yeah.
Because if they're happy and pleased with one project, they recommend us for another and another and another.
Yeah.
And there is certain pressure when it's about to deliver a project, and that pressure can be significant to the people and, on time. And sometimes, people get ill. Sometimes, the deliveries do not come on time. Sometimes this happens. There's sometimes that unfortunately, someone can have, been delayed because they stuck in traffic. So there is so many unexpected things happening all the time.
Yeah.
But it's how we approach it. So as a team, we're very dynamic and we're a very united team. So we have each other's backs, which is amazing to work with, because we're like, what's going on? Okay, I'm coming now. We leave that. It becomes the next priority. So we work together as a team. Strong.
So that's you're working as a team every day. Are you in the office every day? Or are you?
No, not always in the office. I'm always around project. It depends on the needs, and then back in the office, and then back to the project, and back in the office.
Busy.
Our office is based at the Whiteley, so it's right across the Whiteley, one of our big projects, which is great because we're helping out with the Six Senses Hotel, as well as we have high-end customers. We provide property management services, and also, being around that area. But definitely very nearby area is St. James Park as well.
Very nice.
Garzon Street, as well as Mayfair.
Lovely.
So we are all over the place.
and all the nice bits.
It's the nice bits, yes. We're lucky. We're lucky.
So you mentioned a few challenges there. What's testing you right now in your role?
Oh, time.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, time. The biggest challenge is time.
Not enough. Not enough time. Yeah, I feel that.
Be enough of it in a day.
Yeah.
But I'm just fortunate, like I said, to work with an incredible, capable, and very supportive team. What's especially very inspiring is how much they value and they promote women in leadership.
I do like this.
And Matthew and Alex, they're amazing. That kind of culture makes me personally, even in the toughest days, feel that I have a purpose. And I hope everyone, could understand how I feel, but obviously they're not me.
No.
But this is actually quite a very important thing where we're women in leadership.
Yes.
To have that support in big, huge capital letters.
Yes.
So.
I love this. I love this. I do. So where do you think the industry is heading? Sort of what excites you about projects that you're probably working on at the moment, especially if it's high end? We've got AI, ESG, remote working, tech. What's going on?
Well, I think if we are going to start with the market, the current market conditions are quite challenging, particularly in the UK. And, the high taxation, the economic uncertainty are creating quite huge barriers in terms of, to home ownership and kind of business growth. So I believe that's my personal opinion. A more business-friendly approach kind of would change the game, perhaps inspire the tax kind of efficient models that, for example, Dubai has. They don't have an income tax. Something probably, if we had that in the UK, could be implemented that would help actually more people buy more business or make become owners of homes. That could help the economy, stimulate investment, and in general, increase the affordability, because affordability is also important in an economy. And I feel we need to be more practical and commercially sound policies that support long-term growth. So at the moment, we're a bit struggling. So I do feel sometimes it feels like a common sense is missing from the decision-making process in general. That's how I feel. And perhaps more business acumen in government could help business, help bridge that gap. That's how I feel. I feel we need more business-minded people in a government setting, because, it's easy to be a politician. I don't know if it's easy or not. However, I do feel we need to be more practical, approachable. How would people feel at the end of the day, about their life, working so hard, not be able to buy a home? Because that's,
it's probably real, isn't it?
Yes. It could be happening in the next years. We're not far ahead. So I just feel that, it's very important how we approach this.
Definitely. So are you using any sort of AI or anything in your world?
Not really. I'm actually against AI.
Oh yeah. Tell me, I've never had that. So it's a foe. I love this. So why? Tell me why.
Yeah, AI is quite a powerful tool, and with tremendous potential that it's, it helps people, I don't know, negotiate. It helps people in many, many ways. However, my opinion has always been about we must be approachable to AI with caution and kind of like responsibility in huge capital letters.
Yeah.
Coming from a very Greek heritage where I read Plato's Society, I'm not particularly mindful of, the ethical implications of power. However, I do feel that, this background is rooted to me in ways which is quite different. Balance is important.
Yeah.
Sometimes, we use, power in as a word is very dynamic, but it comes right behind the love responsibility, which sometimes people do not see. As Plato suggested, with knowledge and influence comes a duty to act wisely. So I've taken that always in the back of my head. And I always advise the team, like, if you're using AI, be mindful on how much you use it, how you use it, what the implications could be. Yeah. Could data be exposed?
Yes.
And it's about handling that in a very ethical way. AI can enhance the world. Yes, it can. But if left unchecked, which I always say, it can easily be misused. Yes. So it's all about how we use this. Leadership must remain focused, in my opinion, on a greater good, not just, efficiency or profit. It's very important that we are able to use that power in a balanced way.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's quite a few people's opinion, is that, it can help, but it doesn't replace the human.
No, it doesn't.
Element part.
Exactly. So we shouldn't forget that we're all humans and we're allowed to make mistakes. We're no robots. So, if I've made, for example, not me, but anyone could make a grammatical mistake, open a book, try to understand why you made that mistake. Try to be analytical. You don't have to use AI to ask about, it's an easy approach, isn't it?
I do. I love ChatGPT. I'm a big fan.
Are you?
I am, especially on days where I'm maybe not feeling so inspirational. You can run something through that you've written and then it just puts it in and you're like, that's what I was trying to say. Do you know what I mean? Like it just helps. I just think, but you're right. There needs to be a balance, I think. I totally agree with you on that.
Yeah. So you mentioned ESG.
Yep, that's the buzzword. Yeah.
So I'm guessing environmental, social, and governance.
That's it. Yeah. You were testing me. Yes.
So environmental. Let's say that again. Responsibility starts at home.
Yes, I agree with that. Yeah.
So I believe in raising the next generation, how to respect the environment.
That's it.
And protect the planet. It's the number one. So change comes within myself first before I act.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think you've got to want to do it yourself and able to and you have to do it everywhere, don't you? In the place of work as well. Exactly. Yeah, I agree. I like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think like that too.
It's just, I remember my parents, for example, always telling me to respect the environment.
Yes.
Yeah. And I had that in the back of my mind. So it's how change come within ourselves first.
Yeah.
At the first place. and then we start changing the world.
Yes, I agree.
I guess so.
and into the workplace and the social side of things. Yeah.
Well, there is a lot of work to do there, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
a lot of work to do there. You know, you hear about a lot of stories. I'm actually following a lawyer from Australia about workplace bullying that he's advising, for example, people, you know, how to handle, you know, situations as that. So we hear a lot of stories about bullying, mental health struggles, nepotism are actually becoming real issues, you know, and the gap between what companies say and what they can do can be quite wide.
Yeah.
So, you know, we must hold ourselves kind of accountable to higher standards.
Yes.
Treat people like human beings at first, instead of treating them like something that is indifferent to human. We're all human. And you know, before we started, I did say to you, we've lost that humanity thing in many types of forms, in many ways. We're all human.
Yeah.
We keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
In terms of governance, again, I think that can kind of should be more like polished on paper, yes, but it should reflect on, you know, kind of fairness and transparency.
Yes.
And ethical leadership, but in practice, not on paper.
That's right.
I want to see more action and result rather than paper.
Yeah.
And what we see, sometimes social media kind of like, you know, stores a norm, and it's quite completely different things than actually what the real story is about. And one thing I like about, believe it or not, British press is that very honest about things and facts. They're quite factual.
Yeah.
For example, if I were to go to the Mediterranean, you know, or back home in Greece, sometimes I hear something on the news that happened in the UK, which is a completely different story than actually did happen.
Yeah.
So, you know, social media play a huge role in our society and what they say and what they do and how they say it. And how that does reflect back to society. Are we actually people who actually criticize what we read? Is this really true? Is it kind? Do I need to read this?
Yeah.
You know, I feel sometimes we kind of like get to that part of the side where we leave that and we say, oh my God, that must be true because it's on the news. Because I've heard that before as well. It's like, not really. You don't know that, do you?
Yeah.
You know, like having interactions with people. So what we hear is not always the truth.
Yeah.
We just have to be our own selves and just critique it accordingly.
Yeah.
You know, to our thoughts and beliefs in general.
Yeah.
And to believe it if it's true or not, it's up ourselves to ourselves actually.
Yeah, I think so. I like how you've put that actually. Made it very personal. Which then will reflect in your work. And for Arkle as well, obviously. So do you think the industry is innovating fast enough, or do you think we're still playing catch up?
I think
you can be as provocative as you like.
I think we do actually playing catch up. And to the point where I do feel while we're like, oh, we want to be a huge innovation and we want to change things. And, you know, we're still again not putting the practice into it. And I'm all about action. I like action more than talk. Yeah. And this is where we fail. We say, we're going to do this. But even there, you need the structure. You need the plan. You need, you know, how are you going to do this? How are you going to get there? Yeah. It's day by day.
And you've done project management, how it is.
Yes.
Yeah. So you know.
Absolutely, day by day. And it's the same thing. They say, okay, changing strategy, innovation, how do we do this? Yeah, we sit down, we discuss our ideas. No idea is wrong. Yeah. We need to listen to each other and say, okay, now what we do next? We put a plan. We put dates. Yeah. You know, we're going to do this. And then we just go day by day and we do this. Yeah. And then we have the results. Yeah. It's just I don't feel at the moment when we want to become, you know, in many ways, we want to become innovative and change. There is no clear recognition of that. And I do feel that, you know, we kind of looking back and we still have much to learn about integrating a very modern business practices, that they're ethical and sustainable and forward thinking. If there is one thing why I work for Arkle, it's because we are innovative. Yeah. We are strategic. We're implementing new ideas every day. And this is what I love about working for Arkle. My point is more like where a lot of talk have become nowadays.
Yeah. Too much chat.
Too much chat. And no action, we're the opposite. And that's what I like about practice.
Yeah. That's it. That's the kind of company to work for. Absolutely.
I'm very lucky that I've said that before, and we keep saying throughout.
You got a good team.
Yes, absolutely. They're amazing. So very, very lucky to be there.
I love that. It sounds like you're all well aligned.
Yes, I am. Yeah. I am. And surrounded by like-minded people like myself. So I feel very lucky to be there.
That's lovely. That really is. I like to hear that. And you've just started on your journey there, haven't you? So you've got a long way to go with them.
Yeah.
So looking back, what moment or project are you still very proud of today? And you've done quite a lot in your career. So what's one that comes to mind?
Well, I'll be very diplomatic. I'll tell you why. I can't. It's like you're asking a mum, which child is your favorite?
I can't. That's really
and
good.
This is where I'm like, I love each and every project significantly, very much for each and every reason, for every experience, either negative or positive they've been given me. And I've taken both on board and I said, thank you. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. As Eleonora would see it very differently because I see things differently.
Yeah.
So the same experience is not the same. I do miss the past. I've missed my colleagues and the people I've met.
Yeah.
And I've missed the things that happened back then in my life in a way of like, looking back, I had a great time there.
Yeah.
Oh, I did this in that age.
Yeah.
And I've done that. Yeah, I worked hard for this. So it felt even nicer to have earned it for myself.
Yes. Well, it's all your, journey, isn't it?
And what really also I really loved about my journey is I was able to help people around me, even though it was small things or big things.
Yeah.
People have not forgotten about this because at that moment they needed someone to provide solutions in general. I did.
Yeah.
And they still remember me for it. And it feels very special.
That's lovely. I like that. I know what you mean. It's like the recognition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And, creating those relationships that you will never forget. Because every time I would, for example, speak about it or my experience, or they will ask me something specific, I say, I was in Bahamas and I did this. And, in that restaurant, I had dinner with my colleague about this. And I remember we ate that food you just mentioned, because I had that conversation the other day with one of our clients. Because he's from Bahamas, you know, and I said, I've been to Nassau, I've done this and I've been to that restaurant. So we kind of connected.
Yes.
And it was really nice of the way that we kind of like wrap it up. And he's like, I don't know, I can't believe it. I said, yeah, we kind of connected.
Yeah.
So those experiences helped me also connect with people. And the memories I'll never forget. I'm very grateful for.
Yes.
Let's put it this way.
I could talk to you forever about what you've actually done in career-wise, and the companies also that you've worked for, and the countries that you've lived in and worked in. It's incredible. Luckily, we get to go to the Rosewood afterwards for refreshments, so
absolutely
we can talk more off air. So what I mean, you sounds like you've had some really good parents and colleagues and people along your way helping you, but what's something that you wish you knew when you were starting out?
Well, take the emotion out of business.
That's good.
And be a listener first before you talk. I remember one of my mentors, the one that actually made me, took me to the next level of communication, let's put it this way. He said to me, always be the last person to speak in a meeting. Always listen what other people have to say.
Yeah.
Be quiet. Try to understand. Try to understand what people are trying to say to you. Do not just speak speak with meaning,
Mm.
speak to be precise and concise,
Mm.
and always be kind.
Yeah.
Kindness, the highest form of intelligence.
I love that. I had a guest on the show yesterday. It said, a female guest, funny enough, she said that as well. Be kind.
Absolutely. It's what drives people. People will do more things for you if you ask for help, if you're kind with them, if you support them.
I think so.
Is what we're discussing since the beginning. It's just we lost that humane thing about that we're dealing with. No one is perfect,
and people are going through things, especially in this day and age. There's
exactly
a lot
in their personal lives. And that thing is just that keeps happening. I would say, kindness.
And it's free, right?
It's for free. It is for free.
Not anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Everyone can be mean.
Yeah.
And that's very easy to do. The hardest part of communication is to be kind. Killing everyone with kindness.
Yes.
That's what I remember Dave, my mentor, used to tell me that. Be kind.
Yeah.
Kill them with kindness.
It's true. You don't know what people are going through. Like I said, I do like the be kindness. It's very nice. So if someone came to you tomorrow and said, I want to do what you do, what would you say to them?
Well, never give up.
Love that.
Never give up. Keep your vision at the forefront. And no matter how tough the journey becomes, don't give up with capital letters. Because I will be honest with you, Rachel. I've been challenged a lot in my professional career because not everything was so smooth.
No.
Not everything was so easy. I had the opportunity of working with very, as well, difficult people and difficult characters and personalities. And my advice to these people would be just don't give up. Have that vision. Learn, improve yourself first.
Yeah.
Never stop learning.
Yeah.
Never stop learning. You learn from everyone. All you need to do is listen and right there, you ask the right questions as well.
Yeah.
That's what I can say. Just never give up. Keep on going. Just keep on going. Get up fast. If you fall down, get up fast.
Yeah.
Move fast.
Yeah.
Run. If you can, run. I'll just, I was watching a film the other day. I was watching actually Rocky Balboa.
Okay. Love it.
Sylvester Stallone, yeah?
Yes.
And he's by the corner.
Yeah.
And he's getting beaten up by the corner by his opponent. They were playing boxing, and he's holding there, and his captain, his coach, was saying, hold on, and he was holding on, and then he stands up one time and then punches the other guy in the face, and then he says, you got the trophy. I've done it. This is the one time where your leadership has an impact. And this is the right time when you stand up and you have that impact. Just don't give up. Maybe it's not your time yet.
Yes.
Just people give up very easily. I'm like, no, just keep on going. Have that thirst. Yeah. Keep on going. Keep fighting.
And you said about vision. And
absolutely.
Keep your vision.
Don't listen to the naysayers.
Yeah.
Just don't listen to it. Don't listen to it.
Yes.
Just... don't listen to it. Just keep on going, keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. Never give up.
Love that. That's really powerful stuff. I like that. So let's switch off of work. What do you like to do outside of your day job?
What do I do?
I cannot imagine what you do. Like, we only spoke about work, really.
How? Well, I enjoy time with my friends and my family. Yeah. I am a great cook. I love cooking.
Okay. Greek food or anything? Because you've been all around the world.
Yes.
Do you love food?
I love swimming.
Okay.
Walking.
Yeah.
And I do paint as well.
Nice.
And design.
Creative.
So that's very, kind of relaxes me. And I enjoy going on concerts. I love being around with my most, good friends and family where they make me feel like,
happy.
Happy. Exactly. That's the right word.
I like that. So I like doing similar things. So last question, what's the best bit of advice you've ever been given? And you've been given a few already. So what's the one that comes to mind?
Well, someone told me, because I was a woman, that he actually liked one thing about me. And he said to me, "You're quite a thinker." I said, "Yes." And he said, "Well, keep that, because you can't be easily manipulated."
Right. Brilliant.
So keep that, being that person where you actually not question everything, make yourself think all the time.
Be your authentic self.
Exactly. And he said to me, "I love your authenticity." I said, "Well, I'm just being me." Because I like to see first. I like to pause.
That's so good.
Before I say something. I like to think first before I critique something. Before I see something coming through, I need to see the buttons. And I don't actually listen what people are telling me. I make my own judgments.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I always kept.
Yeah.
Make your own judgments. Don't listen to any of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Love that. Thank you so much, Eleonora, for coming and sharing your journey with us. I mean, there is so much in your career. I'm sure people will want to reach out to you on LinkedIn, and I'm sure that's okay.
Absolutely, they can.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Because there's a lot in there that when they look at your career and see what you've done, and how you got into where you got to, and all the hats that you've worn in your career. I wish you all the best, Arkle. And the projects that you're going to be working on, I'm sure they're going to be spectacular.
Thank you very much.
In the areas that you work in, that's for sure. But thank you once again. And that's the end of today's episode. Until next time, please like, share, and forward on to your friends and family and anyone that you feel may need to hear this message today. So yeah, that's it for today. Till next time.